Hi, I'm Paul Archer. Welcome to a very quick video, one of my first ones for you, to take you through the new structure for CeMAP 1, 2 and 3. It's gone through some great changes. I think they've done a really good job on it, actually, if I'm honest. The LIBF, or Walbrook as they call themselves now, have done a good job on CeMAP. They got rid of a lot of the criticisms they used to have and they've pumped it up nicely. Okay, so what have we got then? So CeMAP exam changes 2025 and 26. First of all, CeMAP 1 is a completely new exam. It's what they call the FSRE, the Financial Services Regulation and Ethics. Lovely, right? FSRE. This one's been tested now for, well, I started training this back in 2011, 2012. It's been available for financial advisors who are able to do their financial advisor exams, the DIP-FA as it's called. So it's a level 4 exam, so it's a little bit more, well, it's not difficult. I'll come on to it anyway. Let's talk about the changes in CeMAP 1 FSRE for you. So quite a few changes to think about. Here's my graphic for you. So let's zoom into it. First of all, it's a level 4 exam. Remember, it's for financial advisors. But it's the same one. So if you want to go on and do your financial advisor exams, you've already got the first exam out of the way. So that's good then. It's a bit more rigorous, the content. The content itself is not more complicated. You'll read the book and think, well, this is all fairly straightforward in a different order. Lots on regulations and stuff like that. But the questions that they ask make you think. You have to really think about it. I had somebody on my email yesterday saying, Paul, I've gone through loads of questions. I'm trying to memorize the questions. You don't want to do that with this exam. It's not going to work. You have to clear your brain and think about each question. Anyway, we'll come on to that in a second as we go through the detail for you. Unit 1 and Unit 2. Unit 1 is industry regulation and key parties. So very much like the old CeMAP 1 really. And Unit 2 is very much skills, principles and ethical behaviours. That doesn't really describe the content, so you're going to have to dive in to see what the content is, and the boot camp, of course, covers that for you. So 2 units. Both units are 1-hour exams. You can do them both together, which you should do, by the way. They do let you do 1 unit and then a week later do another unit. I wouldn't do that because there's so much crossover in the studying of the two units. I would do the exam together because it will certainly help you to pass. So don't do them separately as well. Now, they are slightly different. So you've got 25 multiple choice questions, and you get 3 case studies, which are little 2 or 3 paragraphs of information with 5 multiple choice questions feeding off of the case study. So slightly different. You do need to work your way through these differently to the multiple choice questions. The multiple choice questions you can do like 25, and if you miss any, you go back and finish them, don't you? With the case studies, you've got to do them literally in the order they come because they do feed from the case study. But other than that, not too many questions really, if you think about it. Total marks then per unit is 40. So you've got an hour then for 40 questions. So you're not pressured, but you have to think about these questions more. The old CeMAP was pretty much you memorise stuff, didn't you? But this one, you have to think about it a lot more as well. Pass marks still 70%, so not too shabby as well. And you can take them separately, as I mentioned to you, or combine. My recommendation is do them combined. So there's a little bit of an update for you on CeMAP 1 FSRE exam, as it's now known as. Now CeMAP 2 has gone through some bigger changes. CeMAP 2 structure. The structure is different, the content's slightly different as well. Let's get into that, shall we, for you. So the structure then, it now has 2 units, thank goodness. It used to have 4. It was all very difficult to pass each unit by 70% because they were so small, but now we've got 2 units, it's a lot easier. Unit 1 is the same topic, mortgage law, practice and application. It's the old 2 units from the previous one. Unit 2 is mortgage products and post-completion. You probably noticed they've removed protection because it was too much in one exam. Come on to that in a second. Each unit requires a 70% pass mark, so it's exactly the same as before. So a little bit more on Unit 1 for you. 50 questions, much the same as before on the topic. So not lots change on that really, apart from some updates and things on leasehold, etc. Unit 2 though now has 40 questions with a bit more focus on specialist mortgages. So you've got to read up about your buy-to-lets, your bridging, your second charges, all the different specialist schemes that mortgage brokers get involved in more. The exam, when it was created back in 1999, different world then. It was created for mortgage advisors in banks mostly. But now, of course, the majority of mortgage lending is done, or mortgage advising is done through brokers. That's why they've changed it, and rightfully so. So we've beefed up that section for you as well. So that's CeMAP 2. CeMAP 3, you probably noticed there's a bit of content now being moved from 2 to 3, and that's where it gets quite exciting for CeMAP 3. Let's talk about CeMAP 3 for you. First of all, CeMAP 3 has now been renamed. That doesn't make a lot of difference. It's still CeMAP 3 as far as we're all concerned, aren't we? It includes new content on protection advice and products to be studied. So we're talking about protection advice and protection products now. Basically, they've shoved it into 3. So there's a lot more learning to do for CeMAP 3. Previously, it was just an exam, but now you're going to have to sit down for a couple of weeks and learn through some material. And obviously, our CeMAP 3 bootcamp has got all the protection videos and stuff like that on there for you as well. It also has a lot more on selling skills, ethics and holistic advice approach. Now, ethics was put into CeMAP 1 FSRE, a lot of stuff on ethics and the cultural style of advising as well. Now they've got it in here as well, and they're going to test you on this in the case studies. The case studies, by the way, still the same, 6 of them, 10 multiple choice questions, over a 2-hour paper, 70% pass, 1 unit. But the case studies will have a few questions in there around sales skills, ethics, obviously loads on protection, but all used to anyway for you. No multiple choice questions stand alone, they're all based on the case studies. So that's CeMAP 3. Now the new exam experience is also interesting. When you take the exam with the LIBF under the new Brightspace rules, there's a few things going on there just to sort of catch up for you as well. It's a lot more convenient, they say a lot more flexible timing, and a seamless experience. That's come from a marketing textbook, isn't it? First of all, you can sit the exam at home in a comfortable, familiar setting. Use any PC or laptop, no special hardware required now, so it's a lot easier to do. Timing's down to you, no need to pre-book. You just go into your Brightspace account and log on to take the exam. A bit scary really, when you think about it. Take the exam any day, any time within the registration period. You can't go into the test centres anymore. A lot of people used to like that, I get it, but that's the old world, isn't it? This is a new world now, you do it on your laptop. It's seamless, no software installation, which is an important thing, and optimised for low bandwidth. The old system used to have to load in special software, it locked your computer, lots of things going on. With Brightspace it's slightly easier. You may find there'll be less hiccups. I think this is good what they've done here for you as well. Pre-exam requirements and restrictions. First of all, there's a 360-degree scan of your testing area before you start. So you're sitting in your front room, about to do the exam on your laptop. The person invigilating, and they are humans, not AI, will want to have a look at your room. They'll get you to pick up your laptop or your webcam and scan around. See if there's any dodgy people in the back that are telling you the answers. That's what they'll do. They'll make sure everything's functional and manoeuvrable as well. Restrictions, no toilet breaks allowed during the exam. And work devices or VPNs may cause firewall issues. If you've got a work laptop, don't use it. Just use your own laptop for this one. Don't use a tablet, use a laptop, because you'll want a mouse to be able to manoeuvre things around the whiteboard and stuff like that. So there's a few ideas about the new exam experience. So hopefully that's been a nice little summary for you of the new CeMAP. And fair play to them, they've done a good job on this, and it's very much fit for purpose for the next few years. There's talk about bringing in equity release at some point, but we'll wait and see what happens there. Good luck, and I'll speak soon.